Well, hey pals, Peeps here. Thanks for dropping in today. Thought I'd try to get in a quick little video on the beautiful game as the European leagues, all the top flight leagues just got started this past weekend. And of course, MLS, the playoff picture is starting to shape up. The Minnesota Loons, as we call them up here, are in a pretty good position. And I'm really excited to see how they do. They've got a pretty good club, and well, I digress. But if you haven't already tuned out, I appreciate it. I'm going to show a few pickups in relation to a set from the 70s, one that I've mentioned recently as it pertains to an insert set that was in the 2021 Topps UK Baseball, where they borrowed the 1978-79 Topps soccer design for the English Football League. And what else am I going to do? I'm going to open up a pack that's 35 years old and show off some vintage cards that have been in the collection for a long time that I just haven't shown off. Some major legends here, and I'm pretty excited to share them. And I'll try to keep it brief, and hopefully I can hold some interest. All right, we'll start things off with the cards on the board. I guess we'll go chronological, old to new. Now, I've shown this one before. It's been years, but this did make an appearance on the channel when I first obtained it, probably 3 or 4 years ago. This is the 1966 Epoca Pele. It's authentic. These are hand cut. You know, when it comes to hand cut cards and the A grade, that never made a whole lot of sense to me. You can see they were meant to be stuck in an album. This copy in particular is super clean. It's a beautiful image of Pele in sort of a rarely seen baby blue Brazil kit, sitting in the goal with the soccer ball in the foreground. I just love this image. Now, Epoca was an Italian publication, much like Life magazine, very much equivalent. That was a very popular sort of type of magazine back in the day, featuring cultural icons and, you know, popular sports, of course, and entertainment. And this is just super cool. So much like, you know, if you think of those cards that were in Life magazine, the well-known Roger Maris, Mickey Mantle, I can't remember, was that 1961 that those were in, that issue of Life? Somebody can remind me in the comments below. But it'd be much akin to that, where you cut them out of the publication. So this is, you know, super thin, but again, here's the back. Does, if you can see it there, it says there Pele, Brazil. So there were all kinds of different players, and what's interesting about these Epoca cards is that, you know, they were all different types of sizes as well, so it wasn't very consistent. I'd love to get the Bobby Charlton, as Bobby Charlton won the World Cup in 1966 for England, but I sort of I mean, this is, you know, sort of the prime of Pele's career. Of course, Pele won 3 World Cups out of 4 attempts, and that would be 58, 62, and 70, where Brazil missed it in 66. As I said, England won the World Cup that season, or that year, I should say, and so I sort of diverged from my typical rules in terms of big seasons, big moments for this one, just because I love the image so much. And this is not an expensive Pele. If you were to be interested in getting into a Pele, I just think this is a fabulous card. And of course, the A grade means nothing. The image quality and the cut quality is excellent on this one, and that's what I was looking for. Just like vintage baseball, it's all about eye appeal and excuse me, not about the assigned grade, or in this case, letter. All right, let's move on to another legend. How about Johan Cruyff, the legendary Dutch footballer, one of the greatest of all time. This is the 1970-71 Vanderhoot. Now, it's voetbalsterren, which means football stars, and this was a very popular set. Again, this is not a super tough card to come by. This one, again, I was looking for really nice centering and image quality. Of course, these are stickers. This one is pretty clean on the back. You can see there's some glue residue up here. And the instructions were to put your glue up here above the line. That way, I think the idea was that you could flip and see, you know, in the albums you would see this. Wow, that's out of focus. In the albums you would see this here on the page, which would obviously indicate where to glue the player. Of course, this is number 16. It shows Ajax here. It shows Johan Cruyff, and a little blurb at the bottom about the album, as you can see. And you know, you'll find these in varying conditions, of course, where kids used a little bit of glue, a lot of glue, and this is just a remarkable copy for the assigned grade. And I think when it comes to vintage soccer, that becomes even more important, eye appeal, because you'll see so many higher assigned grades that are way off center, and they just happen to be maybe a little cleaner or sharper, but this is just a beauty. Now, when I decided to go after a couple of Cruyffs, I still have one that I'm looking for. The goal is the same. 70-71 was the first Ballon d'Or for Johan Cruyff, Player of the Year in European football. You know, the award that determines the best player in Europe. And 70-71 was the first go for Cruyff in terms of winning that award. Shown here with Ajax, the Dutch football club, the famous Dutch football club. It's a great shot there. Love this one. I think I already showed you this. This one's very clean on the back. So there's that one. And we're going to move to 72-73, also a Vanderhoot. Football stars of the Netherlands, specifically. This is another 1.5, also not a difficult card to obtain. I've seen some other copies of this that are very affordable, and I just love the design on this one. Because of the assigned grade, I got this. This was a total bargain. But in 72-73, you know, fast forward 2 seasons, and Cruyff wins the Ballon d'Or once again. So another huge season for Cruyff in 72-73. Here's the back of this one. You can see there's some loss here where a few of the letters on the description didn't quite survive. But I just think this is a beautiful looking card. I love how it looks in the SGC holder. And next, let's just show a few pickups. Now, I showed a few of these a few episodes ago as I was showing the Shohei Ohtani that I have. That was from the 2021 Topps UK set. It's an insert set that where the design is based on this 78-79 Topps soccer design, English soccer that is. And there was a seller on eBay that was running a lot. It wasn't a lot, but he was running a whole bunch of these singles starting at 88 cents. And the seller ran the auction on a group of maybe 10 of them, and I ended up with 4, all for 88 cents, plus it was combined shipping, so I think it was another $2 shipping. So I was really happy about that. On the slow build of this set, we've got Gary Jones, Birmingham. Here's the orange backs that I showed previously. Great backs, love the color on those. Anyway, Gary Jones, striker, as you can see in the lower corner there, it tells you the position on the soccer ball. For Birmingham, we've got Keith Fear. Love the hair on Keith. I'm working on hair just like this. That's my goal. Willie Wolf, another striker for Middlesbrough. And Mike Ferguson of Coventry. So those were bargain pickups there on the, like I said, the slow build of this set. This set is, there's not like hundreds of cards in this set. It shouldn't be terrible to try to get to eventually, but I'm not in a hurry to get that done. I'm sort of looking for very affordable copies. And last but not least, how about the inaugural Pro Set Soccer Let's Rip a Pack. These are super cheap, but very cool in my opinion. This is pre-Premier League, before the Premier League was established, just by a season or two years, I think. And anyway, Pro Set put out cards for the English Football League, and let's get into it. We could find an Alan Shearer rookie, he's sort of the Alex Ovechkin of the Premier League, the leading goal scorer of all time, Alan Shearer, and the famous Roy Keane. His rookie card could also be found in here. Anyway, I love this set. I love how cheap it is and how accessible it is. Let's take a look at what we might get. Of course, the Pro Set baggie. These baggies were how they packed them. And here we go. We've got Mick McCarthy, Tim Sherwood, Mel Sterland, Kevin Moran, Kevin Moran, Nigel Martin, Perry Digweed, Gordon Cowens, Mark Grew, Glenn Hodges, and last but not least, Paul Wilkinson. So no superstars there, but excuse me. But that's another set I'm slowly building, and we'll see. I think I'm pretty close on that one. But anyway, thanks for coming around. I appreciate you sticking around, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.